I'm sure you probably know a couple people around you, maybe some of your friends, some of your family, people they try and do different things. They start getting into good habits like thinking out loud, meditation, trying to get into the gym. They try and do all these good habits and try and change their life for the better, but it's almost like inevitably that they're just eventually going to fall back into their old way of living. And when you ask most people why, they would often blame it on the lack of discipline, or maybe that guy just doesn't want it bad enough. Something like that. But that's honestly, it's so far away from the truth. This is one topic that, surprisingly enough, I was sitting right here scripting my video yesterday, and I was like, damn, I haven't spoken about this yet over 400 videos that I've made. And that is identity. I remember in my first month of university, we were given a task on saying a motivational speech, and I spoke about identity. That has nothing to do with the video, but that was actually awesome. You probably don't know this, but you have a way that you subconsciously look at yourself. Let's say you were asked to write a description on yourself right now, an honest description of yourself right now. You immediately would have gotten an idea of what you think of yourself, and that is what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about in terms of identity. It's like a way that you almost judge yourself. Like, this is the version of you that you think you are. That should make sense. The reason people struggle to actually change their life around when they're actually getting into these good habits, especially recently, not even recently, it's been a while now, but New Year, a lot of people would have had these cringy little New Year resolutions. We know that. And why do you think most of them are not able to stick to it? Because they don't have discipline? No. It's because they're trying to do their good habits, they're trying to change the habits, they're trying to change their lifestyle without actually changing their mindset. They have forgotten that part completely. And that is actually more important than actually doing that habits and trying to change your life. The mindset aspect is actually more important. It's almost like, you're trying to bake something and you have all the ingredients, great, but you don't even know what the heck the recipe is. That's kind of how it is when people try and change their life without changing their mindset. This is like really gonna go now. This is too much. The reason your identity is so important is because whatever you're doing, you're watching this video right now, it is purely because of the signals that your brain has given you. You saw this video on some device and you're like, your brain was like, click on this video because it's probably interesting and you want to subscribe to him. And let's say a person wants to get into the gym. What do they usually do? They go and buy new clothes, they get a gym membership, whatever. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna go, great. And a week later, they're like, you know what happens? You know why? Because they still look at themselves as the kind of guy, I am trying to get into the gym. I'm just starting out in the gym. If you have that mindset, then you're not really going to go anywhere. That's what I think. If you want to stick to something long term, let's take like just like the gym, you can't look at yourself as, a beginner who's trying to do it, who's trying to get better at it. You have to tell yourself, I'm a guy who goes to the gym regularly, sure. Even though it may be 1 week only, that's what you have to convince yourself, because that's the only way you can actually trust yourself going forward. Because otherwise, eventually the time will come when the previous version of you will pull you back into those habits. Will be like, no, you're not this guy. You're not this guy who goes to the gym every day. Come on, let's eat freaking Doritos and watch Netflix instead. So you have to change your identity. I consider myself decently successful on my self-improvement journey thus far. And a huge part of that is purely due to, I remember I started self-improvement in 2022, and I remember literally 1 week after that, without even trying, I developed this mindset in my head. I'm saying 1 week, but it could be 2 weeks, you get my point. But it's like so quickly I developed this mindset of, I am different to others. I'm different to 90% of the people out there. I'm more disciplined. I go to the gym, I meditate, I journal, I work towards my purpose and all this stuff. I don't have to go too deep into that, but it was like an immediate mindset shift. And it's not like I watched a video and I tried to change it. But I think that's what worked a lot for me. And when I see other people trying to do something different, they still have that mindset of, oh, I'm this guy and I'm trying to become this guy, versus I am already this guy. I've been this guy for a long time, if you get what I'm saying. And now, 15 months later, after my self improvement journey began, it's not just me, but if you ask anyone around me for a description of me, they would say the exact same thing that I say of myself. So change your identity, bro. It's not just about taking action physically, it's a lot I mean, it's pretty common now to know that, literally everything, a lot of everything is just purely based on what goes inside this. That's all I have to say. Bye.